Jessica. I'm 18 years old. I've got nowhere to live. I've been kicked out. Basically, I had an argument with my mum and she kicked me out. Tried to reason with her, but she was like, she's stubborn. We're both really stubborn people. So I just went to the council and told them I was homeless. I was 16. They put me through to a woman and she wasn't nice at all. Like, I know she was doing her job, and I know, I realise now, but at the time obviously I didn't know. Because like I say, a lot of people think it's cool to live in a hostel. They just want to live in a hostel with their friends. So I think they might have thought I was in one of them situations and just tried to make me give up, really, but I didn't. They made me sit in there for like the whole day, and then they just said they have to house me. I mean, they argued about it, and then they eventually put me in Hall Place, but not for good, just till they could go through my case. When I first moved in, it was scary because I didn't know anybody, I didn't trust anybody. Like, I would put things up against my door because I knew the staff had keys and I didn't know if they would come in when I was sleeping or who could break in or anything.
To forget all about ours, but it's there, right under.
Like, you had shared kitchens and shared bathrooms, but the kitchens, I mean, they had cleaners, but visitors would do things during the day, so come night time you couldn't really eat because they only cleaned in the morning. You can't really decorate, you can't really put things up, you can't change your locks. And they had no heat appliances, there was no heat. So what about my hair straighteners? Like, sorry, it's not a big deal, yeah, but when you don't have anywhere else to go, you expect to be able to feel comfortable where you're staying. And loud music, people running up and down, and like fights and arguments as well. Yeah, it was just a bit wild. One person, it was like, okay, stay up with loud music till about 5 in the morning, sleep till about like 4, 5 in the evening. There was nothing for them to do, really.
Because there ain't really enough money all the time. You have to go back to that little box room. Felt like a prison in there.
In Gosport, it's £45, $50 a week. Out of that, you got to pay like £10 rent, food for the week, travel if you don't get free travel. Once you've done all that, if you smoke and drink, then you're absolutely because you really can't afford that. So it's like a lot of people think it's cool, think it's great. I can have my friends around, I can be free, no curfew, do my own thing, but it's nowhere near as fun as people seem to think it is. One woman, Elaine Tomlin, I think if I didn't have her, and a lot of people in the whole place didn't have her, then it would have been a lot harder.
When Jessica came into the hostel, we had quite a lot of 16 to 17-year-olds, and I think she looked at some of them and thought, I'm not going to end up like that. And I think some of them motivated her to actually give herself that extra push in her life to say, look, I want more than that.
I just kept myself to myself and then went to college in September as well, and that took my mind off of all the place and things around, all the negative things. It just got me occupied and stuff. I just about passed my course last year, the way I was constantly upset and the things I was going through, so hopefully I can put my head down this year. I know I'm a strong person, I know like what I'm capable of doing, like I just know I can get through anything, trust me, I know I can. My advice to people that are thinking of leaving home is, if you've got the time or opportunity to plan your move, then plan it, make sure you're ready, make sure it's the right decision, because if you jump into the deep end you can end up in my situation, and take that from me, that's the last place you want to be.